minutes.
Please check Google Classroom to see our new meeting date. Please let your family know if you need rides.
It's only
Will not be
completed
needed
4
today.
skills.
Attention gifted students, you have a gifted meeting scheduled for today, teachers and gifted students. Please make sure to check your email from Ms. Johnson for all important details, including time and location for your meeting.
For my
8th grade
stuff
teachers,
that I'm
please
asking
release the
you.
following National Junior Honor Society students to the counseling office at Robertson, Ava Pridgeon, Gemma Crowley, Bria Hunt, Ira Hill, and Peyton Howell. Those students are going to be traveling to Bryan Elementary to read to kindergarten students as part of their.
Point of this,
That's all the announcements we have. We
this is to practice. So that score that you have, when you take your assessments and things, it pushes you to the next level. Again, here we go again. Do you want to move to the next level? Do you want to get better? Do you eventually want to get out of these classes?
Yep.
Because I'm telling you right now, when you get to the high school, they're not going to let you in those other classes. They're going to put you in their classes.
Don't you drink that?
Do you understand? They're going to give you support. They're going to tell you, Daniel, you're too smart. You're wasting your time when you could get smart and you could be better and you could graduate with a degree. But then I have to sit here and show you the data again. You're not doing your part. This should be filled with blue. Even if it's 5 minutes each day, I don't care. It tells me you're doing your work. Turn around. You show some respect. Do you understand? I can't do it for you. I can stand here, I can preach, I complain, I yell, I push, I try, and in the end, who has to do it? I can't do it for you. If you don't care that much, keep doing what you're doing. If you want to be better, then you need to start putting the work in. Do you understand? Yes or no? Yes or no? Fine, go back to your seat. I don't, at this point, I don't really care. I do, but I don't, because I'm tired of it. Y'all don't want to listen, you don't want to change, you don't want to do anything different. Messiah, come here, please. Since February 11th, have a seat. You've answered that many questions. You spent that amount of time on it. It's not even an hour yet. You've only made progress in 7 skills. 7. There's thousands of them. Blue means home, green means school. Look at this. You don't even do it in school.
Janine, did you not do your homework last night?
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to show you that if you don't put your own effort into it, it's not going to change. You're smart enough. There's no reason. When you go to the program, they let you have homework done. So they don't have a time set up when you get to the program. They say, hey, this is homework time. Then you can do whatever. And you take time to do your homework. Are there people there that can help you if you needed help? Then why are we not doing it? Because it's not important. I get it, but at some point it has to be. Does your sister do homework?
I'll have one.
I don't know what else to tell you. There's the data. Again, it comes back to the data. I can't change the data. I can't change the details, Messiah. Aiden, come here. me explain something. Did you work on it this morning? Okay, I have now said twice, that you did not do your homework last night. What do you need to do right now?
The silence. Thank you. No birthdays today, but we do need to club announcements. Baking Club Lab, your this meeting today is December from 4 to 4:30. Girls Club is meeting this Thursday from 4 to 5:30. Remember to wear your Girls Club shirt to school. Good morning, Eaton.
Alright, so, anybody who has not done their Wayground homework, I'm shutting it down on Friday, so you have an opportunity to do it. I think I posted 2 of them on there, and you need to do it. If you don't, you're gonna get a 0. I'll take it.
So y'all can do 4 because we don't have our crop looking for it, but 3 maybe, I don't know. Could be after our crop. Yeah, second game.
Soccer 4 days a week. She is at the intensity level 4. She is doing it for 30 minutes. What does she need to change to gain benefit? What does she need to change? She only doing it 4 times a week. How many times a week? Yes. 5 to 7. And she's only doing it 30 minutes. What else does she need to change? The time. She needs to change it to what? 60 minutes. Does she need to do it all at one time? No. That's how the questions are going to be. They're going to tell you about what somebody else is doing. You need to be able to pull up the chart in your head and say, okay, well, she's not going to get any benefit because she needs to be doing it 5 to 7 days a week. And for 60 seconds. And she is doing it, the intensity level is a 4. What intensity level should we be participating in for PE? Everybody what? 4. Let's go down to muscular strength. Can y'all see that? All the frequencies are the same, right? You should be engaging in muscular strength, muscular endurance activities. All of them are 2 to 3 times per week. They're going to ask, they're going to give you a scenario about what a person is doing. So if Gracie, right? right? I'm sorry, muscular strength. Her activity is resistance-based. Resistance-based. She wants to get stronger. The intensity. What type of resistance band should Gracie be using in order to gain muscular strength? Everybody see muscular strength? She should be doing it how many days per week? Everybody, because you should see it. Everybody, how many? 2 to 3 times per week. And her resistance band needs to be what? She wants to get strong, muscular strength, heavy. Resistance band go heavy, medium, and light. They do. And how many times should she be doing those exercises? 4 to 8. 4 to 8 times. So if she's pulling, she should be doing that 4 to 8 times with that heavy resistance. She shouldn't be doing it a lot, 2 to 3. Does everybody understand? You're doing heavy, you're not lifting a whole lot. Well, she wants to do both. She wants to do both. How many times should she be, and she wants to do both. Does she need to keep the heavy? No. What does she need to move to? What does she need to move to, Daniel? Are you on the chart? So she wants to do both, muscular strength and muscular endurance, both in the middle. What type of resistance band should she be using? The intensity. Everybody see Margaret? Yes. Okay, it's the one in between. I can show you in the closet, I'll show you next time. That is what they're going to ask you. You're going to have to be able to, Gracie wants to improve both. How many times does Gracie need to use, what type of band does Gracie need to use? And how many times should Gracie be curling or whatever with the resistance band? Those are the type of questions. So, I'm going to ask you more questions like that. I'm going to try to look back at each individual test, but I don't know what's going to be on it. Any questions? Yeah, y'all go ahead and put your homework.
Let's go. I'm good. Okay. How's the rest of the class doing? Okay, Kalia, give me a couple causes.
Okay. Flood, storms. Yeah.
Okay, floods and storms. Okay. Legacy.
Okay. I got natural disasters, cyber attacks, aging systems, and human errors.
Aging systems. In other words, they got old. Somebody else. I want to give some others. Kendall over there. What you got for us, please? It's all right. We're good.
Natural disasters.
Okay. Anybody got anything different? Zarel, do you have something different? Yeah. Okay, tell me. I'm sorry, huh? Oh, okay, I'll help, I'm okay. Okay, Zebra, you got it down, so let's see what Zebra has. Okay. Okay, roadways and dams that help move and manage people's vehicles and water. Okay, that's part of it. If those dams are no longer there, those bridges are no longer there, then we have a problem with infrastructure. Okay? Yes, I hear.
Climate change and poor design.
Oh, climate change and poor design. Love that last one, because we're going to talk about that with the Francis Scott Key Bridge. There was a design problem with it. Oh, it was great back when it was built in 1977, but as time went on, something came about. Now, here's a real-life picture of it. I'm going to blow it up, and there's no sound to it, and then I'm going to show you the animated version of it. Now, Baltimore, Maryland, does anybody know where Baltimore, Maryland is?
It's in Maryland.
Well, yeah, but what else? Okay, if you're from Baltimore, you say, I'm from Baltimore. And that's me, Baltimore. My elementary school years was in Baltimore. We slur the words. See that bridge going down? 6 workers that were on that bridge at the time perished. There would have been a lot more perishing if it wasn't quick response for people around there noticing that that big container ship was going towards the bridge instead of going under it. There was a lot of cars going, even though it was at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, people travel on roadways in that time of the day or night. Now, let's look at the animated. They'll explain a lot with it. But I wanted to show you the real deal before I showed you animation.
Baltimore's iconic Francis Scott Key Bridge plunges into the water. Join us as we explore the site
Right up
behind
here.
the tragic event on March 26,
This is going to
2020.
tell you why.
It boasts an impressive length overall of 300 meters and a width of 50 meters, which is nearly equivalent to 3 football fields in length, considered an average-sized container ship. At the time of the collision, the container ship was sailing under the flag of Singapore, en route from the port of Baltimore, Maryland, USA, to Colombo, Sri Lanka. Notably, the ship had been involved in a previous collision in 2016 at the port of Antwerp in Belgium. However, specific details regarding the extent of the damage and the cause of that incident remain unclear. So what exactly unfolded during the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse? Here's a detailed timeline. At 1:04 a.m., loaded with shipping containers, the Dali departs from Baltimore's port, bound for Colombo, Sri Lanka.
Storm Bell up here, hon. I may ask a question afterwards. I couldn't have everybody do a summary. No,
At 1:24 a.m., the Dali slowly approaches the Key Bridge, as captured by video from Streamtime Live. The ship is supposed to go through the middle of the main support covers, but things went wrong. Little after 1:24 a.m., the Dali appears to suffer a total power failure, evidenced by all lights on the ship going out. At 1:25 a.m., the ship's lights flicker back on, likely due to an emergency generator activating after the initial blackout. However, the ship's engines fail to restart, and black smoke starts rising from somewhere aboard the vessel. 1:26 a.m., the ship's lights go dark again. A mayday call is issued, warning of the power loss, prompting authorities to quickly shut down traffic to the bridge in a bid to prevent potential casualties. Due to the momentary loss of power, the ship becomes unable to maintain its desired heading and begins to veer towards the Key Bridge's support pillar.
what do you think was the factor? How come the ship got off course? If there was no power, what would have driven the ship off of course?
The wave.
The waves, the current, exactly right. Okay, the current, very good, thank you, Legacy.
At 1:28 a.m., traveling at around 14.82 meters per second, the ship collides with a support pillar of the bridge. Within seconds, a section of the bridge crumbles and collapses into the river below. Construction workers and vehicles on the bridge are plunged into the frigid waters of the Patapsco River.
How many years do you think this happened? You just heard about the temperature of the water. Closer to winter, yes, exactly right.
Francis Scott Key Bridge, constructed throughout the mid-1970s and officially opened in 1977, features a main structure characterized by a continuous truss bridge design, comprising 3 sections or spans. The central main section, likely the longest, is where the collapse occurred. The remaining 2 sections on either side connect the bridge to land. Crucially, the bridge is supported by 4 pillars, with 2 situated on each side of the navigable waterway.
What do you think if the ship, instead of hitting here, as it did, how about if it hit over here or over here? What do you think may have not happened?
The whole thing.
The whole thing may not have fallen in. Don't know, I'm not an engineer. Okay, but I'm thinking probably it would, because here's what they said, the main ones were hit. Okay. Yeah.
Emphasizing their significance in safeguarding against potential ship impacts. Bridge designs often incorporate various protective measures, among which the implementation of dolphin structures crafted from concrete, along with fenders, is crucial.
What do you think if they had, maybe they didn't know about these dolphin structures? And where do you think a dolphin, does anybody know what a dolphin is? It's an animal, it's a mammal, right? So since I guess water, dolphins, I don't know. So there might have been a correlation. Structures. They weren't put in place. Now in the beginning, it's like modern medicine. Back around 1915, they didn't have antibiotics. Now they got antibiotics to help you get better again. Okay? So, how about as time went on, they said, you know, we don't have any of what we call dolphin structures around these things. And what if something like this occurred? What's going to happen to the bridge? So how come they didn't go ahead and take the vision? We talk about having vision, right? Being visionary in school, putting problems, solving problems by thinking. How come thinking didn't involve this and put it around? What do you think happened there? It's not going to happen. Going to cost lots of money. Phooey. We'll just let it go. So far, nobody's bumped into it. We're good, right? Okay, now this is not so good, is it? So there could have been some, what do they call that, being proactive? This would have been a proactive measure here, Kendall.
Positioned strategically around the bridge's support pillars, these dolphins are engineered to absorb the energy from any unexpected vessel impact, sacrificing themselves to prevent direct collision with the bridge. However, when it comes to the Francis Scott Key Bridge, information regarding the presence and effectiveness of these dolphin structures remains uncertain. When a ship loses propulsion power, it loses its ability to maneuver effectively as its propellers and thrusters become inoperable. Consequently, the ship may drift aimlessly, even if it was moving at a speed of approximately 8 knots, or about 14.82 meters per second. However, due to its massive weight, estimated at around 95,000 tons, the ship carries tremendous momentum. The collision between the vessel and the pier seems to have occurred almost directly head-on, indicating that the force of impact was exceptionally significant. As a result, the collapse of the 804-meter-long 3-span section of the bridge can be attributed to this force, which demolished one of the main bridge piers. This loss of vital support destabilized the steel truss superstructure and its suspended roadway, leading to a catastrophic structural failure. The entire middle steel section collapsed
Okay.
into the river below.
I think we gathered enough. Okay. So, there could have been some prevention of this.